Batman Returns, but it also looks like a fan film to Batman Returns. And for me, there's a lot of things that sort of they don't cover. It's like they keep it vague and secretive of like, where's Bruce Wayne Batman? Because there's a moment in the show where him and Alfred talk on the phone because Bruce wants to check in on Helena. And the Joker is gone. Jim Gordon, gone. Robin, Dick Grayson. It's hinted at the final episode that he might return. He might show up. Like, they were trying to keep the show going, just for that. But they canceled it after 13 episodes. It's a disappointment that the show never gotten additional episodes, because they might have done something. They were, like, when you watch it, like, it's kind of a mess at the beginning. Then, towards the middle and end, it's like they finally got the right pace and are getting it going. They're getting the gears and everything going, and it's like they halt it and it's like canceled. It sucks that, like, back then the show was kind of ignored because people wanted a superhero show. Like, they got Smallville, like, we got Clark Kent. We're finding out more things about Clark Kent. They're adding more stuff to Clark Kent and his origins. This show, they don't explain a whole lot. It's like, you got New Gotham. It's like, what happened to Old Gotham? Where's all the rogues at? Where's Two-Face? Where's Riddler? Where's Killer Croc? I mean, we got Clayface, of all people, in this show. And you got Harley Quinn. And I know there's going to be a lot of people who love and adore Harley Quinn, but Harley Quinn by herself is kind of boring. She was a very boring villain. And it's interesting that she is the psychiatrist to Helena, but she is really boring. Like, you got an actress who's playing her that is really boring. And she's all serious and trying to be seductive. And it's like, no. No. It's bad. Like, Harley Quinn's supposed to be this kooky, I wouldn't say kooky character, but this person who's sort of like, is abnormal. Not normal and trying to seduce Helena. She's supposed to be like this abnormal human being who has moments of, like, you sort of look at her and you're like, is everything all right up there? Type things. Some of the interesting parts I really find interesting. I know some people are going to be like, this is not really interesting. For example, Diana Meir, who plays Oracle, Barbara Gordon, wears the bat suit that is wearing the Batgirl suit in the series that is repainted of the one worn by Alicia Silverstone in Batman and Robin. Actor Bruce Thomas, who played Batman in the Batman OnStar commercials, was previously credited playing Batman. But in an interview, he said that he was not the guy who played Batman in that show, and however, the actor who played it has never been revealed. Helena is a bartender at the Dark Horse the Dark Horse Bar, which is a reference to Dark Horse Comics, who occasionally collaborates with DC Comics on special Batman books. The Batman suit that is seen in the show in the beginning intro is a recycled Batsuit from Batman and Robin, changing the colors on the suit from blue to black and adding yellow into the Bat symbol. The cowl is recycled from Batman Forever. Cheryl Finn, who was originally chosen to play Harley Quinn. The pilot features a reference to Smallville. Helena mentions to Barbara and Diana that meteors sometimes cause mutation, and side reference to the Birds of Prey in Smallville, which is both produced by Tolan and Robbins production. However, the two shows are not set in the same universe or continuity. The series is a spin-off from the Batman comics and Batman Returns. So, I knew that one. The Catwoman suit is based on the Michelle Pfeiffer's Batman Returns, with the damaged costume and her hair being shown. Mark Hamill provides the voice of the Joker, but however, there is a stand-in who does the appearance of the Joker. That kind of bugs me. Like, I hope they somehow bring Mark Hamill into Crisis on Infinite Earths. 2 years earlier, before the show, Diana Meir worked opposite of Tom Hardy in Star Trek Nemesis film. Tom Hardy, of course, went on to play in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises. The series was released 3 years before the cinema release of Batman Begins. And, of course, the show will appear in Crisis on Infinite Earths. So, there's your Birds of Prey. Is the show worth watching? It is, in a way. It's sort of interesting, but at the same time, during that time, there weren't a lot of Batman stuff. I basically, a young me, used to watch it just for the intro, just to see Batman and Catwoman. I did watch the show. The only parts I liked was the Alfred moments. I sort of felt betrayed watching it, because I just felt like there isn't Batman in the show on the intro. I really wanted to see Batman show up, and hearing in the final episode that Dick Grayson, Nightwing, will show up, kind of made me go like, alright, he's going to show up, then we're going to see Batman show up. And that wasn't the case. You didn't get to see Batman show up. You got to see him talked about. People sort of add little jokes to it, and it bugged me in that way. It just bugged me that, you really couldn't just bring in this guy. You couldn't bring in an actor to play Batman, Bruce Wayne. Shit, I would have loved to hear Batman talk on the phone with Helena. That would be awesome. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. Instead, we didn't really get much. So, for me, it's a good show to watch. Just when you watch it for the first time, remember, this was back then when Batman wasn't even thought of as a movie, being thought of as being in a movie again. Mind you, this was back then when they were going to do a Smallville-esque type show of Batman, where he's just Bruce Wayne becoming Batman slowly, which became Gotham. Just think of it at that timeline where there wasn't a Batman movie for years until 3 years later, Batman Begins and Dark Knight. So, it's a very different timeline. Just remember that. It was very different back then. It's a good show. The actors and actresses who were in it is really good, even though the one guy appeared in Criminal Minds, and I find him very irritatingly annoying. So, it's a good show. I'm happy that the actress who played Helena Wayne Huntress is going to come back and give her last performance. Same with Burt Ward. Same with Brandon Routh. I'm happy he's Superman. Again, Tom Welling. I'm happy that he's coming back. I just wish they would... I hope that they surprise everybody, including myself, that Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher appear in it as Lois and Clark. So, this is the morning show. I know I was supposed to do a supernatural ghost story show. That's going to be for tomorrow. We're going to talk about time traveling. We're going to go through time travel. For those who are listening for the first time, I do talk about comic books. I do talk about movies. I do talk about random stuff. Check out the rest of the episodes. They're not bad. They're good shows. Yeah, I mean, we got to talk about Crisis on Infinite Earths. So anyway, this is the wrap-up of the show. I appreciate everybody who listens to the show. You're cool. You're awesome. You're a friend of the show. I do have a Twitter account for the show. It's at the1 Bugs Bunny. And we do have an Instagram at Josh of Gotham. Check us out. I don't post a whole lot on Josh of Gotham, so I will start trying to post things. Yeah, I mean, this is it for this is the wrap up of the show. I will see you all tomorrow morning. We do regular shows on the week. We don't do them in the morning, so this is a special weekend episodes. So I'll see you all tomorrow morning. We will talk about time traveling and other weird stuff. So I will see you all tomorrow morning. Final thoughts is, somewhere on another Earth, I'm Batman. Bye.